everyone, it's Nick here at the Picklr. This time we're going to be focusing on the two-handed backhand. We're going to be going over what this shot is and how to execute it. Do keep in mind that you can use the two-handed backhand almost anywhere on the court. So for this video, we're just going to be learning the basics and how to just hit a two-handed ground stroke. So let's get into this video. Alrighty guys, so a two-handed backhand is pretty much just like a normal backhand shot. The only difference is instead of holding the paddle with one hand, we're just going to be having both of our hands on the paddle, okay? You can pretty much use this at any skill level. It'll just take you a little bit to get used to it, and then once you get comfortable, you can pretty much use it anywhere. Like I said before, this is a shot that can be used on offense, on defense, to attack, to defend, to dink. This is a great way to just create anything. So keep that in mind when using the two-handed backhand. Alrighty, so this is such an effective shot because with a two-handed backhand, you are able to create a lot more power and a lot more stability, being able to place your shot easier and get better passing shots. Alright, so like I said before, we're just gonna be going over the ground stroke first. So let's talk about how to execute it. So one of the most important things, the first thing about is where your hand's on the paddle. So how you're gonna want this is you're gonna want your non-dominant hand on top of the paddle, and then you're gonna want your dominant hand on the bottom paddle like this. You can have your finger up here, just like that. As you can see, I'm a left-handed player, so my right hand is on top, left hand is on bottom. If I was a right-handed player, I'd have my left hand on top and my right hand on the bottom. So keep that in mind when you're hitting it. You don't want your hands to be overlapping like this. You want them to be touching, okay? Next thing is we really want to focus on bending our knees. A lot of people, when they're hitting this shot, a common mistake is they want to be too tall and they're hitting on top of the ball, forcing the ball to go to the ground. So when we're swinging, we're going to have our hands in the right position, and as we're stepping for the ball, getting in our ready position, we're going to really bend our knees and drive this shoulder down to the ground. That way we're getting low, so our paddle is in the right position. Lastly is the follow through. We want to make sure we follow through all the way and not just stop halfway through. So bringing all those steps together, right hands in the right position, we're gonna step, bend our knees, get low, and as we're swinging nice and firm, we're gonna follow through up with our whole body. And that's how we perform a two-handed backhand. One tip, if people who are struggling with this, a common thing to think about is it's all in your non-dominant hand. A lot of people make mistakes when hitting this two-handed backhand is they want to use their dominant hand to have all the swinging power, and that is where you make mistakes. A two-handed backhand, all the power is going to come in your non-dominant hand, and your dominant hand on the bottom is going to be the one with the control and stability. So keep that in mind when you're hitting this shot. Alrighty, so this is how to practice this shot. A good way to practice this is just getting comfortable. So we're not gonna have the ball coming at us first, we just wanna get the right technique. So what I would suggest is having your hand on the bottom, your dominant hand on the bottom of the paddle, dropping it, grabbing it, and then swinging through, working on getting that nice form, bending your knees, keeping your shoulder down. And remember, generating all the power through your non-dominant hand. So for example, I'm gonna drop, set, swing up, okay? So now we're gonna show you how to do this in the game. Remember, in pickleball, the best thing you can do is anticipate and get set up early. So when I'm waiting for the ball, I'm gonna have a wide stance, my hand's already ready, step and swing through like that. Notice how my knees were bent, my shoulder was down, and as I swung, I lifted up with my whole body, okay? That's how you're gonna execute it. One way to do it wrong is if you're too high and see how I'm over the ball, and that ball went right into the net. So just keep in mind those big important steps is to get low, drive with your non-dominant hand, and follow through all the way up. And that's how you execute a two-handed backhand ground stroke. Alrighty everyone, that is it for this Tip Tuesday on the two-handed backhand. Make sure to subscribe to see our next video and comment below what tip you would like us to do next, or if you want us to do more two-handed backhand shots, and we'll see you on the courts.